In this American English pronunciation video, we're going to talk about places.
In this video, we're talking about trips we've taken recently. Notice how we use phrases like for work, for fun, for school when talking about a trip. For is one of those words that's often reduced to for. You'll also hear several idioms. So Annie is our dear friend visiting from Denver. Denver. Now my voice went up, Denver, because I was making a pause but not done with my thought. But normally that word will be said Denver. Stress is on the first syllable, and the ER ending, unstressed, as always must be very short. Ver. Denver. Now, where were you before you came here?
I was in Boston.
Boston, another two-syllable city name with stress on the first syllable. So the second syllable, unstressed, must be short to contrast the length and shape of the first syllable. Boston. Now, where were you before you came here?
I was in Boston.
For work?
Yes, indeed. There was a minor hiccup with a situation with a badge where I was not allowed access.
Wait, hold on. I love your use of the word hiccup here. Now, can you explain it? What do you mean by hiccup?
There was a situation which was not ideal. It was a bump in the road.
Bump in the road. Now that's also an idiom. Could you explain that?
It was really what I would call a hurdle that I had to jump.
Hurdle. We're laughing because sometimes it's hard to explain an idiom without using another idiom. A hiccup, a bump in the road, a hurdle to jump. So a hiccup or a bump in the road is something that comes up that was not planned. So during her new job orientation, there was a hiccup. A hurdle to jump, meaning there were some unforeseen difficulties that she had to deal with. Listen again to this string of idioms.
There was a minor hiccup with a situation with a badge where I was not allowed access.
What do you mean by hiccup?
There was a situation which was not ideal. It was a bump in the road.
Bump in the road. Now that's also an idiom. Could you explain that?
It was really what I would call a hurdle that I had to
jump. Hurdle. And you had this little hiccup in your new job orientation.
Yes.
How excited are you though for your new job?
I'm excited. It's a great opportunity. Just such an amazing experience to really meet some new people. This is all very genuine. Yeah.
I may or may not be putting you on the spot. To be put on the spot, or to put somebody on the spot. This is an idiom that means to ask somebody to do something or make a decision without preparation, and maybe in front of other people. In this case, I'm putting Annie on the spot because I'm asking her to talk about something in front of the video camera with no preparation. Here the T in put is a flap T, or a D sound, because it comes between two vowels when we link the words together. Put on the spot. Putting you on the spot. Could you explain that idiom?
That means that you are the focal point. You are really, there is a certain amount of pressure.
And there was no preparation, maybe.
No preparation. It's spontaneous. It's
you didn't know you were going to be asked to speak.
Yes.
Now, the other idiom you came up with was hot seat.
Yes, it was.
Can you make up a sentence with hot seat?
Man, I hate being in the hot seat when topic turns to something I am not quite comfortable answering.
Yeah. Shall I take you off the hot seat?
Please do, Rachel.
Now, Catherine, you were saying earlier that you've been on a trip recently.
Yes, I went to Baltimore.
Oh, I thought you went to D.C.
I went to D.C. too.
Two more place names. Baltimore. Stress is on the first syllable, so that should be the longest. After the stressed syllable, the voice will come down in volume and pitch, so the last syllable, more, will be quick, low in pitch, and low in volume. Baltimore. With DC, it's just the opposite. Stress is on the last syllable. Anytime you're naming something by a list of letters like DC or HBO or MLK, stress is always on the last letter. So that letter will be the longest and have the most shape. DC. C. DC. So, tell me a little bit about that trip.
To DC?
Well, either one.
Well, I went to a college in DC. And I looked at a fashion show and looked at portfolios. And
So this was for work.
this is for work.
Well, thanks for telling me about your trips to Baltimore and DC.
We were just talking, I went to India
Oh, you did? Recently?
about 4 years ago
Was that for work or for fun?
for fun.
What did you do there?
I studied Buddhism and Tibetan community politics.
That sounds like it's for school.
It was for school, but it was I took a semester off from college to go.
Renee, and I hear that you took a trip last weekend.
I did.
Where did you go?
I went to upstate New York,
Nice.
a town called Hudson, on the Hudson River. It was actually, are you interested in why it was founded?
Yes.
It was founded by whalers who originally whaled in Nantucket, but they decided to move their families up the Hudson River to another place that would still be on the water.
Why did they want to move their families away from Nantucket?
I don't remember that part of the story.
Sarah, where were you last weekend?
I went to visit my sister's family in Virginia.
Virginia. It's a fun state name.
It's a great state.
Where did you go?
I went to Florida.
Florida. Is that where you're from?
It is where I'm from.
That's where I'm from.
No, but you're from further north.
I know.
I'm from further south.
What did you do there?
Spent time with my family at my parents' house. Went in the pool. I went to the beach a bit. Walked at sunset. And that's about it.
That sounds lovely. Guys, thank you everybody for telling me about the places that you've recently been.
We were so happy to share.
Really appreciate it. Catherine,
Yes.
if you were going to work on your American English pronunciation, let's say you already know some of the concepts, you've seen some videos, but you want to really work it to get it into your habit, what would you do to do that?
I would take the Rachel's English video class.
Do you mean the Rachel's English online course in July and August?
I'd take the Rachel's English.
Okay, who can keep a straight face in here? Because she can.
You know what
To keep a straight face is to be able to do something without laughing. Something my friends clearly have a difficult time doing, which is why we have so much fun together. Take 2. Catherine,
Yes.
if you felt like you wanted to work on your American English pronunciation this summer, what would you do?
I would take the Rachel's English course in July and August.
That sounds like a very smart woman. If you didn't know, I am giving an online course in July and August of 2012. Check out my website for more details. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English. Don't stop there. Have fun with my real-life English videos, or get more comfortable with the IPA in this playlist. Learn about the online courses I offer, or check out my latest video.